All right, live. It's been a minute since I've done a YouTube live, and I figured I would do one right now because I have this pile of mailers that is getting larger every day, and I figured that why not open them and chat with you guys, because I've been doing some interesting content about the store recently, and I'm sure people have some questions. So I figured I would go live, open some records, answer some questions, and then get on with my day off because as I mentioned in my recent video, there's no such thing as a day off for me anymore, which is fun but also exhausting. But excited to see who pops in. This was last minute with very little notice. Last time I did one of these with no notice, it did very well. So I guess we'll see who comes in. Oh, I just noticed the chat. Hey, Nick, Tyler, Ben, what's up, guys? Adam's here, the PB fam cake. Yeah, I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 12 records to unbox. I don't know what's in there. I'm certainly, I feel like I'm slowing down, but these are all purchases that have been delayed because of the pandemic, so they're like trickling in over time. So this could be stuff I ordered a year ago. This could be 6 months ago. It could be 2 weeks ago. I don't know, but we'll open them. I'm also in a little bit of pain right now. I was working out earlier and I like pulled something in my shoulder. So I'm like, as I bend over, I'm like gonna have to move a little slower maybe. But yeah, all right, we got 22 people. I'm gonna start unboxing because what happens is I start unboxing and then people show up halfway through and they're like, what did I miss? And it's kind of inevitable. So let's just get started, I guess. If you guys can hit the like button, that would be great. Do I listen to Black Country New Road? I love the new album. It's one of my top of the year, without question. So, hey, Tyler, what's up, man? I just got a notification that the bit rate is a little low. Let me know, guys. Let me know if something is weird as the stream goes on, because I've never seen that notification before. But let's figure it out. What's up, Ryan, Travis? All right, let's. All right, we got the core. We got the core group here. Let's open up some packages. Old Faithful. Ooh, not that big. I'm not trying to hurt myself. All right, let's see what we have. What's up, Thomas? Don't forget, guys, I'm going to do the unboxing of the 12 records first. If you have a burning question for me, you can super chat me. I will see it pop up. I will answer it to the best of my ability. And otherwise, you'll have to wait till the very end. So this is a record from Near Mint, which is a label that used to do mostly emo-related things, and they recently have switched over to kind of doing more hip-hop, which is awesome. I love that hybrid. It's kind of like a label for my own heart, you know, a little emo, a little hip-hop. That's kind of what that basically encompasses my music taste to an extent. Obviously, it goes well beyond that, but that's kind of like two of the pillars of what makes me a music fan. This is an album by Nicholas Craven, Osti de Tabernac, and this is it's numbered out of 111, which is cool. I think I purchased this one a while ago because they said it wasn't going to get any kind of release on digital, I believe. I think it was a vinyl only release, which I think is always very cool. Yeah, that's kind of like that. If I'm interested in a record and it's only going to be on vinyl and not digital, that's a very easy sell for me. That's something where I'm just like, well, I have almost no excuse not to buy it. This is one of those cases. Nicholas Craven is an amazing MC. Big fan of what he's been doing with Ransom. Yeah. Great. Is Nicholas Craven the MC or the producer? Now I'm second guessing myself. Because he does albums with Ransom, and I'm trying to think of which one of them is the one that actually raps. Either way. Good. Check out Nicholas Craven and his. He does a lot of like the tapes are like horror movie kind of themed, which is kind of cool, at least visibly. Oh, I just saw Corey's comment. It was good to meet you too, man. All right, let's keep going. This looks like a VMP, so this is probably going to be Let's see. This might be my Bright Eyes. Yep. We got Bright Eyes on Wide Awake It's Morning. As you guys know, one of my favorite records of all time. This was in my top 100 albums of all time series. I have only a standard black pressing of it, so I'm excited to upgrade to this one. Hopefully it does not fall prey to some of those VMP quality control issues, which have happened over the past 2 years or so, periodically. But I'm very happy this is getting such a nice release. Look at that big gatefold. The copy I have is not a gatefold. Really excited to dig into this. This is a perfect record. Says it's cut. Man, it doesn't really say anything special about the cut. Has anyone heard this yet? Is this a good pressing? I hope so. I just see Tyler. Did I see Red Hot Chili Peppers has another new album? Did I get? I did not get it because I was disappointed by their first one. Despite the fact that I am a mad John Frusciante fan, the album fell flat for me musically. Not musically, as just like songwriting. I thought the songwriting was a little weak. Musically, they're always kind of interesting because I love Frusciante's guitar work, but the songs kind of dragged on for the most part and didn't really go anywhere. I thought it was way too long, which seems to be a trend of their albums since Stadium Arcadium. Or I can't speak to the post-Stadium pre the new album because I didn't really listen to the albums that came out in between after Frusciante left. But what is happening here? There's a sticker coming out. Well, Toucan. All right. Also, the hip hop track for the subscription is Gang Starr's No More Mr. Nice Guy. I know early copies of this went for pretty big money, so it was cool that they're reissuing this. I've never heard this, but I obviously love some of Gang Starr's later work. This is their first record, which is wild. Very excited to give it a listen. Hopefully it's also a good pressing. We will see. All right, I don't know what this one is. Let's find out. Oh, I do know what this one is. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this yet. There might be an embargo on this. This is one of those video game bootlegs. I'm going to keep it aside just in case because I don't want to get kicked out of any of the groups I'm in. But it's a video game bootleg that's pretty cool. All right, let's keep going. I see a lot of questions coming in, but as mentioned, I do the unboxing first unless there's a super chat. So just grab a drink. I'm drinking some nice water, some lukewarm water out of my Blockbuster cup. All right. Let's see what this is. Oh. This is a crates. This is did I order 2 of these by accident? I got one of these in already. This is Woo Christmas, which was a Cookin' Soul Wu-Tang Christmas kind of mashup, collab, remix album type thing. Cookin' Soul I've talked about a lot on these live streams. I feel like almost every time I do a stream, every other time I have a Cookin' Soul record ready to go. This was the Woo Christmas he did. He did 3 variants. I think I accidentally ordered 2. I guess that really wasn't intentional. I must this is my problem. Someone needs to stop me. I guess one goes in the store during Christmas time. That'll be an exciting decoration for the store. And by decoration, I mean wall unit. Yes, that is the same guy that did the Doom Christmas album, which is a great record if you have not heard it. All right. Can he do it? One day I'm just gonna get one of these mailers in the stream and I'm gonna knock it out of the park, and everyone's gonna clap, but I won't hear them. All right, what is this here? Oh yeah. I ordered. This is another game bootleg, but this is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. I can't seem to get enough of the THPS boots because I have 1, 2 that are done like this, which was it's the kind of box art kind of variant, but then there's also the really rare one that's the 2-disc one that has like the grip tape in the gatefold. I have one of those. I sold one of those in the store actually, and I have one in my collection. I'll never sell it. This was such a formative soundtrack for me. Oh, Nick, super chat. Did I see the behind the scenes video with acoustic sounds Interesting and well done. Recommend watching it. I've not seen it, but thank you for putting it on my radar. I would love to watch that. As you guys know, Acoustic Sounds is one of my favorite labels. I pretty much everything I order from them is a top sounding record in my collection. Usually you pay for it, but usually worth it. But can we just talk about how good this soundtrack is? Anthrax and Public Enemy, Bring the Noise, Rage Against the Machine, Guerrilla Radio, Bad Religion, You, Power Man 5000, Where Worlds Collide, Millencolin, No Cigar, Dub Pistols, Cyclone, Lagwagon, May 16th. Yeah, just a really iconic record. So Johanna says, this exists? Yeah, it's a bootleg. Last I looked, it was not sold out on their site, but that was when I got it. So it's been a couple weeks, so maybe it is. But yeah, super cool. That truly informed so much of my music taste. It's just like a very seminal compilation for me. Is this another Crates record? What the heck could this be? Oh, this is my sister's Fugazi shirt. My sister's Fugazi shirt is a gentleman I kind of knew through the internet back on the Vinyl Collective days. As the story goes, we weren't huge fans of each other on the forum, just because I guess differing personalities and attitudes. But after years passed, we kind of squashed the dumb beef, and he's actually a very nice guy, and he makes this very good music under my sister's Fugazi shirt. And this is kind of just like, it's like a hybrid. The Nautilus series is kind of like a hybrid of like a little vaporwavy, but also video game sounds and a little like down-tempo electronica. Quite good. You thought I had a shirt for my sister in the box. No, that's the name of his band. But yeah, the Nautilus series is all very good. Definitely check it out. Tyler asks, any Comic-Con news I'm stoked for? Yes! There's something I'm extremely stoked for, and I actually like gasped when I read it. It was like one of those reactions where it was involuntary excitement. The Daredevil Born Again 18-episode series in 2024, I think. I could not be more excited. As someone who is like a fan of Marvel, but not a diehard fan, like I'm not like I haven't even seen all the movies. I've seen a lot of them, but not all of them. I don't have a lot of love for most of them. I think most of them are kind of average. Some of the best ones, Thor Ragnarok, Guardians of the Galaxy, those are amazing to me. But Daredevil is by far my favorite Marvel thing that I have ever seen, whether it was a movie, a TV show. The Daredevil depiction on Netflix is I guess it's now on Disney Plus, but it's truly spectacular on every level: acting, writing, cinematography, choreography, and I cannot wait for the next. I can't believe they're bringing him back. I hope that the writing is as good as it was, but they better bring back the whole cast, because if they don't bring back Foggy and Karen, there's going to be huge issues with the fan base. All right, let's keep going. This looks like some overseas record. What could this be? Oh, could this be what I've been waiting for? Oh, I'll be really excited. I think this might be. Let's see. Hold on. This is a hard package to open. I'm struggling with the I'm just mangling this. Okay. All right, we got it kind of after committing box murder. Yes. Yes. I've been waiting for this for what feels like an eternity. So one of these I already own, but I bought the repress to double dip. The other one I do not own, and I've been waiting to listen to it. My boy Moo! I love this artist. Moo, or Monika, whatever he goes by now, he's an absolute legend. The greatest lo-fi hip-hop artist in the history of the genre, in my opinion. He truly conducts magical compositions when he makes music. This one, I have the original press, but I double dipped because this is on colored vinyl, and I wanted to know if it sounded better than the original. If it did, I'd keep this one and sell the other one. If it didn't, I'd sell this one and keep the other one. I actually probably will keep both just because I'm a completionist sometimes with people like Moo. But this is his new album this year. We Are All Gonna Die in 2050 with the cool die cut cover, which I love. And I have not heard this yet. I've been waiting for the record to come in to listen to it, and I've heard some people's reactions to it. A few people have said it's not as good as the first one. I believe it's going to be fantastic. I have yet to hear anything by him or his side project Monika that is not stellar. So I'm very excited to spin this. I don't know if I'm going to have time today, but tomorrow I am absolutely having this with my coffee, I think, and it's going to be amazing. Just so excited. Oh, man. This is the most excited I've been about a record coming in a long time. Nick, don't say that! Damn it! I don't want everyone's putting me in such like a dark mindset about it. Literally, everyone's like it's not as good. And you know what? It's not, the first is so perfect. It is so unbelievably epic. It's impossible for anything to be as good. You know what I mean? Like, how can you expect after In Rainbows King of Limbs to be as good? You just can't. But is King of Limbs amazing? Yes. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping this is his King of Limbs. All right, let's keep going. These ones are easier to rip because these are not those crappy ones. But I still did it in one, which feels good. All right, what have we here? What have we here? Oh, right. I forgot I ordered this. This is the new Biba Doobie record, Beatopia. And a little signed by her. That's cool. Is it a variant? I forget. This feels... Yeah. Splatter. Nice. This looks like a TMR release. This is what I would have done if it was a TMR pressing. It felt a little... It looks a little dished, maybe? Maybe not. I can't tell. Hey, Law Dude's in the house. Everyone say hi to Law Dude. My man. Law Dude, who has been a longtime supporter of this channel. I'm taking a break from this Biba Doobie for a second to give a tribute to Law Dude. Law Dude has been in these live streams for years and has always been a positive beacon of light to the chats and to the video comments, constantly providing me with support. And he wanted to send me a gift, and he sent me this, which I did not have, one of the few MF Doom related records I did not own, which is the Chocolate Conquistadors Bad Bad Not Good MF Doom 10-inch. And he sent this to me, even though this is a very rare record. He sent it to me, which I thought was extremely generous. So shout out everyone tell Law Dude that he rocks, because he does. And he knows it. But here we go with... Dang, I want that. I know, I wanted it too. Sometimes you gotta manifest. Alright, so... I can't get this inner sleeve open. Here we go. Yeah, I have not heard this new Biba Doobie record, but I really am a huge fan of her work. I think she's extremely talented and charming, and everything she posts on social media is just like so carefree and cool. She just seems so cool. She seems so cool that I'd be like uncomfortable talking to her because I feel like I would be so lame in comparison. But yeah, this is a great jacket. Look how cool she is. How cool! I'd meet her and I would be like, hey, I like your music. And that's probably how it would go. But had to go for the signed copy. Love the variant. Excited to give it a listen. Everything she's done thus far has been pretty great. So, here we go. Yes! Another one I'm excited about. When they said they were reissuing these two EPs, I was ecstatic because the original presses of these went for huge money. Magdalena Bay is becoming one of my all-time favorite pop groups. I truly believe that they're en route to being one of the largest pop acts on the planet. This is Mini Mix Volume 1, and on the other side is Mini Mix Volume 2. They just announced the reissue, and it shipped very quickly, so they are on top of their vinyl game, which is awesome because a lot of artists are kind of putting it in the back burner and then realizing, oh, the record I want to put out is not going to come out for 8 months now. Uh-oh. But they've been on top of it. They've been reissuing EPs. They've been reissuing albums. I am very, very excited. I saw them live for the first time with Roland a few months ago, and it blew my mind. They were so good live. We met them afterwards. They were so sweet, so humble. It was like a couple weeks before they were about to go open for Charlie XCX in New York, which is to show you how big they're about to be. And I just got tickets to go see them again They're coming back to Portland, so I'm seeing them in a couple months again. Just an absolutely fun show, just super danceable, super. They have such a good stage presence, and the production on their music, especially Mercurial World, is next level. So if you haven't heard them, listen to their new album Mercurial World. It is just like so well produced. The amount of money that must have gone behind that record in just production alone is absurd. But yes, check out Magdalena Bay. Was stoked to see that got a repress, and it arrived so quickly, which is nice. All right, so we have a couple more to unbox, and then I will get to the questions. But don't forget, you are always welcome to drop a fat super chat in the chat. That is always allowed, in case you thought it wasn't. Always allowed. This one is, I think this is another embargo video game record. I apologize. I didn't think there would be two of them in this stream, but one I don't know if I can talk about yet. So one of these days. I'll say this. It was Animal Crossing related, but I won't say exactly what the release is. All right. What have we here? This mailer is not great. Whatever's in here, I hope this didn't get destroyed. What is this? What is this? It's a lot of bubble wrap. This record is packaged very strangely. There's like tissue paper and bubble wrap and tape. This feels like I'm opening like a birthday gift. Oh, yes. This got here fast. Wow. Oh, I'm so excited to show this to you guys. Oh. This is a little EP. I'm getting fingerprints all over it, by Sabrina the Teenage DJ, which is an artist that if you follow the Needle Drop, you probably heard her stuff. If you follow me, I've talked about her quite a bit as well. She is just this DJ making like this incredible kind of plunderphonic-y dance house music from the UK, and some of her albums are like 4 hours long, and they're super interesting, and all of it's good. You know, it's just a lot to listen to at once. And I've been asking her via email if she ever wants to collaborate on a vinyl release. And she was interested, but she's so busy, and she was like, let's think about it. And then one day I saw she was putting up, not a full album, but just like a one-disc EP on colored vinyl up for pre-order. And I was like, I'm so excited that you are finally doing vinyl. And I asked her, I said, would you be kind enough to sign it for me? And she did. She signed it. This lighting's terrible. Oh, so cool. She's so cool. She's so nice. We've talked a bunch over email. And if you guys like the Avalanches, or if you like house music or deep house or kind of anything like that, definitely worth your time. You can kind of dive in anywhere. And I love her aesthetic of these like really weird, uncanny kind of like 90s. It's almost vaporwave, but it's not. I believe this is long sold out. There weren't that many copies, but yeah, she signed it for me, which is great. This is going to be something that I cherish for a very long time. So very excited about that. Excited to give it a listen. Hopefully the record sounds good. Yeah. DJ Sabrina, the Teenage DJ. Maybe the best artist name of my lifetime, to be completely honest. Yeah, she's wonderful. And we got one more. And this is going to lead into a ton of questions about Mofi Gate. Here we go, folks. I grabbed the restock of the T-Rex Electric Warrior Mofi record because I wanted to own it. And I missed the first run, and then they did a short restock, and it sold out quite quickly again. But yeah, Mofi T-Rex. Every copy I find of this at the store is usually pretty beat in a collection. So I'm excited to get like a nice pristine Mofi copy. And everyone keeps asking me my thoughts on Mofi Gate, and I'm not going to make a video. Every other YouTuber has made a video, from Noble to like InGroove to the like deeper audiophile channels that I don't really know very well, that are mostly gear focused. And I don't have enough thoughts to make a full video, but I'll share my public statement for all 74 of you right now. My public statement is this: yes, transparency is very important within this industry. I think that it's very important, and more labels should try to say where things are sourced on the packaging or in the notes when you're purchasing a record, because it helps us as collectors and as listeners inform our purchases if we want to make sure that it's being sourced from some source that makes it sound better than what we have available to us before the record. Now, that doesn't matter for a lot of people who just collect records, that the sound quality is not as paramount as the collectability or the variant or just having it in their collection, right? But for me, what it comes down to is transparency is important, and we should hold companies accountable to be transparent. But on the flip side of it, I truly don't think anyone should care as much as they care about Mofi Gate. Like, Mobile Fidelity Sound Labs pressings, digital or analog, they 90% of the time sound a cut above any other version of that album I have. They across the board, they sound phenomenal. And if I were to cut 80% of my collection and leave only 20%, all of my Mofi records would stay, because they all sound good. The packaging's nice and thick. And I think that's all that matters. They're high quality versions of the albums I love. I don't know enough details to be able to really comment beyond that. Like, maybe there's more to the story that I didn't catch through some cursory glances through some videos and some headlines. But I don't know. It's just something where I just saw Nick said it's super shady and he won't be buying from them again. That's an extremely strong point. And Nick, I'd love for you to maybe give me some talking points after this stream, because maybe I'm missing out on some of the shadiness. But to me, Mofi has always been a company that's been trying to put out good recordings of great records, and digital or analog, I don't know if they, I mean, like, did they explicitly say that everything was analog and then it was revealed that it was digital since 2016? Like, is that what happened? Because if that's the case, that is shady. But if they left it out and let people assume and didn't answer the question, then that's kind of on everybody. I'm not sure, again, the details, because I've been so busy with the store. This just happened like less than a week ago, so I don't know all of the specifics. But I think that a lot of people get fussed about digital versus analog, and all of my Too Many Records pressings are digital masters for vinyl, and they are some of the best sounding records in our collections. I mean, if you go to the Discogs pages for all the TMR releases, all the comments are about how great they sound. So vinyl doesn't always have to be digital to sound, or sorry, vinyl doesn't always have to be analog to go forward and be a great record in your collection sonically. So Nick said that's what happened from all the evidence we have right now. Well, that sounds like it's still not completely founded in 100% reality. Like, I have purchased a lot of Mofi records where they do not say if it's digital or analog. Some of them do. Like, some do say analog. It's actually interesting. I mean, I guess that, like the Bob Dylan Desire Super Vinyl, I guess it's interesting, because if that's digital and not analog, I believe that was advertised as analog, but maybe not. They might have kind of omitted the truth more so than directly lying, which is a form of lying, but less egregious in my opinion when you're a company and you're putting out products and you're not being directly asked a question. But again, I'm not here to defend them. I'm just telling you my stance on it, which is like, yes, if they did something shady, that's a disappointment, but I think that they've also done a lot of great things for the industry, and they've breathed a lot of life into albums that may have been lost or forgotten or less popular. Let me read some of these comments. working from a digital version of a master tape is the best thing to do. Tape can only be played so much. Keeping the tape as fresh as possible for a music preservation standpoint. I think that's an interesting angle to take. And as a consumer, most people would be like, who cares? That's not my problem. But it's definitely an interesting stance. There was a digital step in the remaster chain, but advertised as all analog. Interesting. I would love to see, do we have like evidence of actual communication from them, whether it was pages that they were on sale for the site or hype stickers where it says full analog, like AAA, for things that were not? Does that exist? Because I'm curious to know kind of all the details about how this was communicated from them, because it's easy to read headlines and immediately, I mean, this is the same thing that happens with politics on both sides. I don't want to get political on this channel at all, but it's like headline, and then like there's things below it that just aren't true on both sides. So it's like, I want to see concrete what the page said on the pre-order. I want to see what the hype sticker said, because I don't think any of the Mofi releases I buy have a hype sticker that say all analog. All the Dylans are digital. That's wild to me. I missed two other comments that are not about Mofi Gate. Someone said, I'm going to buy the next TMR release. The next TMR release is going to be a pop punk record, and it's going to be the first Friday of August, I believe, is when I'm putting it up. So get very excited for that. Any more Whatnot streams planned? I think the same day. I think that first Friday of August, I'm also going to do a Whatnot stream. I was going to do one this week, but unfortunately, well, I guess fortunately, I'm preparing for my first record fair with the store. There's a record fair here in Portland, and I'm going to have an 8-foot table there selling records and hopefully showing people that I exist who haven't found the store yet, which is the most exciting thing, even more so than sales, is putting myself in front of people that might not know I exist. John, how'd I miss your super chat before too? I just saw that. Hey, John. I agree that great sounding vinyl is all that matters, whether it's cut from DSD or straight analog. Transparency is also very important when you're charging a premium for an audiophile pressing. I agree, but if we think about it, regular records that are very far from audiophile pressings are getting to be $30-$35. So if you have a really good sounding Mofi pressing and it's like $50-$60, it's kind of worth it if it's going to be a great sounding pressing. Now, that's not to absolve them from any criticism about how they potentially lied. I will say, if we're just, the quality of the records is one issue and the transparency and communication is another, right? So it sounds like they screwed up and botched the transparency and communication, which is not something that's super defensible, and hopefully they will come out with some sort of apology. Not that that makes it right, but the other side of it is just the prices of records are jumping so drastically that at this point, if I'm going to be spending a premium on records, I'd rather it be a good sounding record, digital or analog. And I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way, but I'm very curious to keep hearing what you guys think. Watch Poetry on Plastic's video. Okay, I'll have to check it out. They sent emails to customers and did videos where they said it was all analog. Do I own any Kate Bush on vinyl? I actually don't. I like Kate Bush, but I'm not like a massive fan, so I do not own any Kate Bush records, but I do think she's great. Although now I'm definitely not gonna get them because the prices are so high because of Stranger Things. You just gave the Sabrina EP a little play, and now you're annoyed you missed it. This is what I do, Dylan. This is what I do. I ruin your life. Do I get a lot of DJ singles? I'm assuming you mean in the store. Not really. I did get a collection that had a big trough of singles that I put into a bin. So I have a pretty full bin of singles right now, but I don't prioritize them by any means. Paul says, I'm still a fan of A-side, B-side videos. They should make a comeback. I would love to bring them back, but the time it takes to do those and the result in terms of the response to them is just not worth it. I'm so busy now that it's tough to add another recurring twice a month segment with my current workload, but perhaps down the road if I get more time. Am I skilled in making music myself? I'm pretty good at freestyling. No, I can't make music. I've always wanted to, and maybe at some point in my life I will, but as of now, not musically talented. I just have a lot of passion and knowledge about it. Did I listen to the new The Smile album? It's a Radiohead side group. Oh yeah. You know what's funny though? I only listened to it once. That's how busy I am. Radiohead releases a side project that's great, and I've only heard it once. I really enjoyed it. I don't even have it on pre-order. Like, what is... It's been a busy few months. You canceled over $700 in Mofi one-step pre-orders today. If they come clean and clean up their act, they might win back your business. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're going to be dealing with a ton of cancellations. I mean, honestly, like, if they lied and they got caught, then they deserve the cancellations. I'm still going to probably support them because, like I said, you know, a lot of companies are shady, and, you know, we still buy products from them. A lot of services are shady, and we still utilize them. It ultimately comes down, at some point, to if the pros outweigh the cons. And as someone who has purchased records that I thought were analog, like the Bob Dylan records, like the Blonde on Blonde, or some of my other Bob Dylan Mofis, if I was told they were analog and they're not, that's a huge bummer. But are they the best sounding Bob Dylan records in my collection? Yes. So ultimately, I'll chalk that up to that's a bummer, but I still have a really good record, so I don't really care that much. Thoughts on Alter Bridge? I don't know Alter Bridge. Do I listen to music on streaming services or just vinyl and physical copies? Of course I listen on streaming. I don't own every album that exists, so I have to listen to things that are new albums that I'm curious about, or if I'm in the car, I'm always listening to Spotify, another bad company that I support. You know, not support like conceptually, but that's who all my playlists are through, and that's what I've been using since before I knew they were so bad. Similar, right? Let's see what else we got here. Do I own any records as a joke? Yeah, I have a Kids Bop Greatest Hits record as a joke. No, as a joke. You feel the same way about Lo-Fi Girls? So many releases with production months and months behind. Yeah, they're churning out way too many comps. I think they should slow down and focus on quality over quantity. Did I get the Eminem Curtain Call 2 orange vinyl? No. The Curtain Call 2 doesn't interest me because that's an era of Eminem where there's few and far between tracks that I really love, so I definitely don't want a greatest hits. That's just me. Thoughts on the vinyl scene in TikTok, benefits, downfalls. I actually have pretty strong thoughts about the vinyl scene on TikTok. I'm afraid if I share them, someone's going to start blowing me up on TikTok and making me out to be some villain. I feel like a villain on vinyl TikTok. I feel like the Gen Z vinyl hates me on there. And it's because, like, if you try to help people or try to, like, be like, hey, like, maybe you should try to support local stores instead of Walmart 100% of the time, or if you're like, hey, that turntable, you know, might be the reason your records are skipping, you should get this one that's a little better, they take it as a personal attack. And that's pretty much across the board. I remember when I did my video where I was laughing at the Target reviews for the Taylor Swift Red, where everyone was saying, it sounds like a man, and they were like freaking out about it and leaving 1-star reviews. I made a reaction video to that because it was so funny that instead of Googling for 1 second about speeds, they went to Target and left a 1-star review, and I got blown up on TikTok. All of these Gen Z people were blowing me up, and they were stitching me and being like, this guy's a gatekeeper, he's the problem with this hobby. And I'm like, it's just too far removed from me. I feel like I can't win on there. I can't, like, it's just, whenever I go on vinyl TikTok, it's just people going to big box stores and showing off the same pop records that they're buying over and over again. And I occasionally purchase from big box too, but I would say that's 10% or 5% comparatively to online or local stores. But for them, it's 100%. And I don't know. It's, it's frustrating as a store owner now to see like all these people that could be going to get comparable records at a local record store, whether it's a local one or not. They could just go to another record store's site. A lot of stores are set up with online storefronts, and you're helping a local business versus a mega corporation that doesn't care about the vinyl revival, doesn't care about vinyl, and the second that it stops being profitable, they will close that out of their store forever. So I don't know. It is what it is. But maybe that's just me. Vinyl TikTok, I don't think it's my place. I think that trying to be helpful and educational and knowledgeable on there comes off as condescending, and I don't know why. Caesar asks, why is Spotify a bad company? I mean, there's just been endless articles about how poorly they treat artists in terms of the cut that the artists get, and basically every artist has something negative to say about Spotify, but it's a necessary evil as an artist to have your music on there for the most part, because it's another possible revenue stream and a place that doesn't pay you that much when you're getting started. I think it's not artist forward as a company. I think it's definitely a greedy company that has a lot of things that they could fix, if they were to try to present themselves as a more outwardly artist supporting company, but it is what it is. Chris, thank you for the super chat. Just saw that. Most interesting dead wax inscription I've seen recently. That's a good question. I don't have an answer for that off the top of my head, but I definitely have seen some really weird ones lately. Tyler with the super chat. How do I decide what records to play in the shop? Do I grab and play random albums? Is there a box for listening? Well, that's a good question. Sometimes in the morning or right before I start, I'll go around and go to the bins and pull some stuff that I was thinking about playing. A lot of the times I'll play stuff that I've always wanted to listen to but never have, or covers that look cool, as I mentioned in my recent video. I sometimes will also be playing stuff that I'm playtesting for sound quality. Like, I got this copy it's an early pressing of Motley Crue's Shout at the Devil, and I had never heard that record, only the singles, and it was super scratched up. Like, it looked horrible. And I threw it through the degritter. I don't know if that helped at all because it doesn't fix scratches, but I threw it through the degritter and I played it, and it was like strong VG plus, almost nothing wrong with it, like maybe very little noise occasionally. Like, I was blown away at how it sounded good, and also the album was great. I really enjoyed it. I've never really given Motley Crue a fair shot, but that was a great kind of like glam rock, hard rock record. Big fan of it. You're a Gen Z vinyl fan, and you really like my channel. Thank you. I mean, listen, I'm not trying to put all of Gen Z into a box and say every Gen Z vinyl fan is wrong. Like, that's definitely not true. I know plenty of Gen Zers that love vinyl, love music, and I've talked to about it. There's a guy who came to my shop. He's 19 the other day. He could talk music as good as I could, as well as I could. Can I speak at all? It's not across the board. It's just the people that blow up on TikTok that come up on my page from the vinyl scene tend to be very sensitive in the wrong ways, where I'm trying to provide help and they're taking it as condescension, and that's frustrating. Plans for more Whatnot auctions. Yeah, I said that before, Nick. I'm going to be doing one the first Friday, I believe, of August will be a huge Grail sale. I've already been pulling stuff for it. I have a lot of really interesting titles, a lot of out-of-print stuff, obviously. So that's going to be very fun. You saw my dumb Starbucks post this morning. You watched that episode last night. Yeah, I was there. I was at the dumb Starbucks. And I didn't realize it was Nathan, who I was a fan of at the time, until I got there. And then I saw it was Nathan, and I was like, what? I actually have a dumb Starbucks cup in the back of every shot of the videos that I do. I don't know if you guys can ever see it, but it's signed by Nathan. He signed it with a little smiley face. It's one of my prized possessions for sure. Nathan For You is one of my favorite shows, and the rehearsal's been awesome so far. Yard Act has a phone number in the Dead Wax, and if you call it, it takes you to Fat Andy's Pub. That's awesome. I just saw Yard Act at a tiny venue called Doug Fir here in Portland, and it was a wild show. The lead singer's a character, man. He just goes on these rants, these like drunken rambles, like on the ground, lying on his back, like really, really interesting to watch. It was musically, they're not 100% my thing, but I like what they're doing. Ever heard of Information Society? I have not. Do I have any Arcade Fire on vinyl? I own Funeral and Neon Bible, because those are pretty much the only two records I love. I like some of the Suburbs. I like some of Reflector, but that's about it. I feel like Nathan, for you, the tip top. Oh, Dylan, that's funny. A little LCD sound system. the future version of that song. Do I have any help yet? I don't have help at the store yet, but there's a chance that my friend Matt, who is a very talented musician, might be coming on to assist with live shows and other miscellaneous tasks in the next couple weeks, which would be really nice because I am overwhelmed at the store. I am just staying afloat, trying to get records out, trying to get records on the floor, keep the bins full. It takes a lot. So having help would be great. Alter Bridge is Creed with Miles Kennedy singing. I don't know if that's my jam. Bruno Mars or The Weeknd? Who has a better catalog in music? Considering I'm not a fan of either, I would say The Weeknd, just because I like Trilogy, but I'm not a big fan of either. And I think most people would say The Weeknd would wash Bruno Mars. Like, I can't even imagine someone arguing that Bruno Mars is a better catalog. But maybe that's just me. Thoughts on Tool coming out with a less expensive version of their latest album after they sold the super expensive one? It sounds about right. Tool fans really just take it to the face all the time. Just they really put up with a lot of BS from that band, but it is what it is. Oh man, Will, you got to see the whole season of The Rehearsal? I'm so jealous. Yeah, I'm very excited to see how it all unfolds. Can you tell me, I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but can you tell me if the whole season is going to end up being what episode 2 was, kind of expanded, or if it goes into other storylines? Because episode 2 wasn't as good as 1. I liked it, but I don't want the whole season to be revolving around this storyline, if that's, I don't know if you can answer that. Do I listen to a lot of British post-punk? No, I do like Squid, but I don't really listen to a lot more. Did I sell the Earth record? Yes, the Earth record is gone. Every time Devil in a New Dress comes on, I have to listen back to back. Best Yay song. I know a lot of people that agree with you. It's a great song. It's not his best. It's, for me, not even top 15 or 20, but you're comparing 10 out of 10s to 10 out of 10s. You know what I mean? Like, it's, how do you even begin? Do I like the Early November? They are a group that actually passed me by. I never listened to them in high school, and I feel like I've just never gotten into them because of that. Finally started watching Better Call Saul because of your rec. Yes! Better Call Saul is so good. It is as good as Breaking Bad, and I'm so excited to see how they finish this final season. I mean, obviously we know how it ends if you watch Breaking Bad, but to see how it gets there is exciting. Dealing with Noble Records would be a good resource, because I'm sure you guys probably chat and exchange ideas, I would assume. Anyway, love the channel, bro. Yeah, Dylan roasted me the other day. Let me see if I can find the message. Hold on. I posted I don't know if you can see this. It's like some Sergio Mendes record I was listening to, and he responded. He said, "Record store card revoked." And I said, "That album rocks, don't hate." And he said, "Did you get COVID?" I said, "I haven't had it yet, knock on wood." And then he said, "You might want to get tested, man, because you got no taste." He's funny, man. I love Noble. He's a good dude. He's given me a lot of advice over the past 6 months or so. I'm very grateful for him and for Saxon from Wax Records, Inc. They've been insurmountably helpful. I don't know if that's the right word I used, but very helpful. When do I expect the current TMR record to ship? You need to switch your shipping address. John, I would do that immediately because they've both already started shipping. I know some people's are still processing, but they have started shipping. I have both already. How does Antara Communication sound on vinyl? I haven't heard the Telepath records yet. They're sitting right there, but I have not listened to them yet. You saw No Love Deep Web on my IG story. Favorite Death Grips record? I don't know. I'm not a huge I like Death Grips, but I'm not a huge fan. I mean, Ex-Military and Money Store are so good. No Love Deep Web, the production on that album is insane. Kind of hard to say. Ever heard of Time Release Sound? They release ambient albums and package them with antique artwork and rework jackets. Wow. No, that sounds up my alley for sure. I'm going to have to check that out. Time Released Sound. That sounds expensive. Sounds like you're going to be costing me money. Let's see. Time Released Sound label. I'll check that out later. What's the next travel trip? I am going to be going to New York and New Jersey for a few days at the end of August. And then in September, I'm going to Red Rocks to see the National. Yes. So excited. My favorite band at my favorite venue. It's going to be unreal. Do I know Ed Mata from Brazil? The name sounds familiar, but I don't think so. Where is my record store? It is in Portland, Oregon. You get to see Motley Crue next Friday? Nice. You're a Little Ugly Mane kind of guy? Oh, you mean that guy? Little Ugly Mane? Yeah, I'm also a Little Ugly Mane kind of guy. I'm anxiously awaiting the pre-order for Volcanic Bird Enemy. Will says, I can say yes and no. More episodes that continue with episode 2's rehearsal, but he starts a bunch of new ones that are hilarious. Okay, good. As long as it kind of like continues and does other ones. Okay, I'm excited. If you say it's good, I trust you. All right, let's do a couple more because I'm getting tired. This is my day off and I decided to do more. But I always like doing these streams for you guys. So, since I like the Motley Crue record, am I gonna go further down the hair metal rabbit hole? I mean, I know a little hair metal. Like I listened to a lot of Poison in high school. You know, I think there's a time and place for it. I have to be in the right mood for it, but generally I do enjoy hair metal. Anytime a hair metal record comes in the store, I'll probably listen to it out of curiosity. Ryan says, I traded my copy of Ex-Military for a rare private press. Would never be reissued. It's getting reissued next year. Oh, that is the worst feeling, and I bet you Ex-Military won't get reissued. I was unhappy with the noise on that Kings of Convenience record. Did I enjoy it at all? It was one of my favorite albums of the year. It made my top 10 list. I listened to it a lot digitally. I didn't listen to my pressing that much, unfortunately. You saw Beach House a few months ago. It was amazing. You loved it. Do I love Beach House? I saw Beach House open for the National back in like 2011. That was a great show. But no, I'm not a huge Beach House fan. I really like Teenage Dream. Teenage Dream is Katy Perry. Teen Dream and Bloom. I like both those records, but pretty much everything after I've not been able to get into. Thanks for showing you Telepath, mind-blowing stuff. You're welcome. If you have not heard the best Telepath record, it's called Mysterious Lover or Mystery Lover, depending on how you translate it. It's phenomenal, and it's my favorite vaporwave record. So if you haven't checked that out, the cover's like blue, and there's like a woman kind of sitting there like with a white dress. Very beautiful. Any feelings about how Cuddy left Rolling Loud due to people throwing things at him? I think that's ridiculous that people were throwing things at him. Like, has this society devolved into absolute chaos? Like, who are these people to throw things at an artist on stage ever for any reason? Like, I mean, the only reason I can think of is if they're like hurting somebody on stage or if they're in the mic screaming like racist things, like just for an artist you don't like or you're not happy's there, throwing things. Come on, we could do better as a society. Unbelievable. Appreciate all I do for the community. Thank you, Noiboy. Have I gotten any rare Bowie in the shop? Nothing too rare. Had an early pressing of Low, early pressing of Heroes, but those aren't super rare. Best barbecue I've ever had, Franklin Barbecue in Austin. I am dying to go back one day. Am I going to sell all my records now that I have the store? No, but am I warming up to the idea of selling a lot of them? Yes. Eventually, over time. What has been my favorite concert experience? Dylan, you just outed yourself as you don't watch all my videos. Shame on you, Dylan. Shame on you. I did a video like a month or two ago about my 10 favorite concert experiences. So after this, your homework is to go watch that, like it, leave a comment, share it with a friend. Have it on my desk on Monday. Next Monday. Today's Monday. Do I know any music from Chile? No, not that I know of offhand. Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine got tackled the other night. I missed that news article. Like, oh my god, like people, like I feel like this world is devolving into such a weird place. Like, I sometimes don't even know how to wrap my head around it. It's what is the best record the shop has sold? As in the rarest record it's sold? I've sold a few records from the wall that are 200 each. I don't know if I sold one more than that yet, though. I have that Nirvana, which I've had 3 people come by and say, I'm coming back for that Nevermind, which is I have on the wall for 700, which I think is a great deal for a first press. Do I listen to Danny Brown? I've said this before on the channel. I'm a huge fan of Danny Brown as a feature artist. I do not love his full projects, personally. I think his voice is a little grating after a full album of it. But I do think he's very talented. All right, I'll do like one more question, one more good one, and then I'm going to get out of here. Who's got it? Who's got the good question? Wow, they really said never mind to never mind. No, they said I'll be back. I was trying to make an in utero joke, but I was trying to make it with tomorrow. Doesn't work. How mad do people get when they find their Beatus and Elvis? Beatus and Elvis. Their Beatles and Elvis records aren't really worth much. I haven't thankfully had to run into too many people that think that their common records are super rare. But it's difficult sometimes. People think that they have a lot of money. Like, I just haven't really encountered it yet. But I know I will. And it's going to be hard to explain to somebody. I think I would have to go to the bin in my store if they brought the record in. And I'd be like, look, Beatles, $15. I can't pay you more than a few bucks because I got to make money, you know? Okay, there's a couple more good questions. Are there any records I've sold recently that I regret selling? There was this private soul jazz record that I got that I don't think I'll ever find, like private press. I don't think I'll ever find it again. And someone came in the other day, and I was trying to tell him the name of the record, and I forgot the name of it. I gotta remember what it was. It was crazy. It was like a pink cover. There was like hieroglyphics on the front, and there was like a female vocalist that was incredible on it, and I don't remember the name of the album. But I'll figure it out. But it was super rare. Found it in a collection, and I sold it, and I'm like, damn, I'm never going to find it again. Okay, now the good questions are coming in. I can't leave yet. I got to answer these. All right. 1 hour is the hard cutoff. Let's go. Do I like the band Weezer? I like the first 2 records and a couple songs off of Green, a couple songs off of Red. Have any shady people trying to trade stuff into the store? Occasionally get some people that seem a little shady, but no one that's like super, super questionable. Biggest collection I've gone to look through. Recently, I went to a collection that had probably 10,000 records between his backyard bins that he kept under a shaded tree and the ones in his storage unit. And I left with about 400 records, and one of them was the Nirvana. What shirt am I wearing? I'm rocking Comfortland, my favorite New York institution in Astoria, Queens. Shout out to Comfortland, the best food in New York City. I'll be getting them next month when I visit, and I can't wait. You just started listening to Sufjan. You loved Carrie and Lowell. You weren't impressed by the Rabbit one. Wow, you went from the best to one of the worst. You did not do Sufjan right. I'm sorry, James. Enjoy Your Rabbit is like so far from anything else that Sufjan's ever done. If you liked Carrie and Lowell, listen next to Seven Swans, and then Michigan, and then Illinois. And then after you fall in love with him from that, go listen to Age of Odds and have your brain explode. Best new music I found since opening. Video on that soon. Do I like System of a Down? Yes. Best memory in my shop so far. it's too long of a memory to share it right now in the next 20 seconds, but I'll maybe do a video about that at some point. Do I have TMR merch in the shop? I do. And that's all the time we have, folks. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Much appreciated. I'm going to go lie down. I deserve it. It's been a long couple days. But we'll do this again soon. Whatnot live stream, first Friday of August. TMR 15, pre-order first week of August. Look forward to it, guys. A lot of interesting stuff in the works.